Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. D, Eric, body beats, it's up.
All right. It's the CaresNone Be Dope podcast. I am your host, Chris CaresNone. And Dietary is not in the house today. He had a Bulls game with his mom. But Tom's still in the building. How you doing, Tom?
I'm in the building, and I got a cam.
You got the
again.
cam. Can they see your pretty face?
Yeah, they sure can.
You know
I got a side profile.
You're an attractive man.
It's a good face.
I appreciate that.
And your beard kind of comes in like very. Who's the one soccer player dude? You got that.
I have no idea. I've never
like
thought much of that.
Stud soccer player dude. Anyways, you look good.
I look like him. All right.
You
well,
look
hey,
good.
I appreciate that. And, yeah, another good episode. I'm gonna try to do my best to fill in Derek's shoes here.
Oh yeah, it'll be easy. And we have a special guest today.
Special.
Stephanie Taylor.
Yes.
She's so before we even get into anything, I need to tell you I've been wanting to get you on this podcast.
Yeah.
Arguably within the first couple months that I was doing it. Mm-hmm. And here's the reason why. Because you don't give a fuck. No, seriously.
Cares
Tom,
none, you say.
CaresNone.
Cares none, you say.
So when I came out with the brand, actually you probably fucked with the CaresNone before that, but when I came out with the brand, she was one of the first to like really support it, because she was like, I totally fucks with that. So I just want to give you straight, look at that. Yeah, I want to give you credit for that.
He didn't
Look
even
at
tell
that.
me to wear it.
Oh,
we didn't even
you
talk
gotta.
about it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great.
so what, you said you wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Right away.
So you have been asking me for a long time, and there have been times where I kind of swerved you a little bit, and that was never intentional, because when we did talk about it, I always had intentions of like coming and joining you, and then the day would come and my anxiety would just not allow it to happen.
And then you had like 5 kids since, right?
So I have 4. But
So I actually wanted to explain that, especially from someone who's so cares none. So that's ironic that I just said that. So I wanted to ask you, or anybody for that matter, when you've never done a podcast, what are those anxiety feelings the first time?
So I have no idea where mine stemmed from until I had my surgery last year, and they said that the tumor that I had removed, that you probably know about. I think we talked briefly about it.
I know very little bit about based what you told me,
But anyway, to make a really long story short, this tumor that I had was sitting in my adrenal gland. Your adrenal gland is responsible for your adrenaline, your like fight or flight response and stuff like that. My anxiety was through the roof, and then I find out it's related to that thing. Since it's been removed, I have no anxiety at all. I mean, I checked to see if my 7-week-old is breathing in her sleep, but other than that, yeah.
So you definitely felt a big time drop.
And when they did all the testing ahead of time, before they removed it, all of my levels, I wouldn't be able to tell you what that, like specifically what they are, but all of the levels that are responsible for anxiety were like 7,000 times higher than what a normal person's are supposed to be. And so
you be tripping.
There were days where I was laying in bed and I would call Nate at work and I would say, I'm going to die. Today is the day I'm going to die. I'm not going to be here anymore. I was getting my life insurance policy together. I was getting all the paperwork for like my kids' doctor's offices just in a pile, in a folder in the basement. So it's like, hey, when I die, at least everybody's straight. And then I had that surgery, and literally like instantaneously I felt like normal again.
Are you good now?
Yeah.
Like 100%? Mm-hmm. That's so awesome.
Yeah. So we're good to go.
Man.
It was crazy.
So as a guy who's never truly, I don't know if I've ever felt like I was an anxious person. Mm-hmm. The only time I've ever said that I got anxious was at restaurants. So I used to be a server, as you know.
Right.
Let's say me and you were going to a restaurant, and then the server comes, it's Saturday night, it's busy as hell. And then the person I'm with is like, can't figure out what they want to order. And I'm just like,
you're like, come on.
yeah, I'm like, because I know, and listen, I'm not the one serving, but I just know that this chick is going crazy,
Got
or this
something
guy's.
to go. Yeah.
So then I'm like, do you know? They're like, well, give me a sec, hold on. And I'll say, no, just come back. And I feel like that's the only time I get anxiety. But then, explain what anxiety is.
And anytime I use the word anxiety, I can't like diagnose, I'm not the professional or doctor, right? So anytime I use the word anxiety, that's just like my interpretation of it. But my anxiousness was, I like overthink everything. I'll be driving, or I would be. I don't really feel it much anymore, but I would be driving and I'm like, what if this car swerves over and hits me? Or did I strap my baby up good in the back? Like there were times where I would like pull over to check to make sure Mila, my older daughter, was strapped properly. You know what I mean? We have cameras in our house, which was a horrible thing to do when I was an anxious person, because I'd be at work bartending and I would stop doing everything to go check the cameras in the house, even though Nate's there with the kids and everybody's, you know what I mean? And I would check every camera. Are the kids okay? Is everybody okay? Is the door locked properly? Like,
So you just felt like
nervous all the time. All the time. It was bad.
You know Steve, my buddy Steve.
Yeah,
He was on, and I think you probably seen me talk about
Steve,
him.
yeah.
He's a pretty anxious person.
Okay.
So he has anxiety and stuff like that. And this is interesting because I can't see it on his face.
You usually can't, probably.
But like, so he internalizes pressure. So he does like sports book betting, and he's really good at it, and fantasy, daily fantasy sports.
Yeah.
And for big numbers, like extremely big numbers. And it'd be like 30 grand on a game, and he'll just be like, even if he's like not winning, he'll just be like.
But inside, he's shitting himself.
It's crazy.
Probably, yeah.
So you can't really read it on someone's face. Are you an anxious person?
No, I'd say no for the most part, but I feel like it's one of those things, like you said, like most people probably kind of just like when you have it, you know it. Like when you finally like get to that point, but like I feel like there's no point where you're like, oh, it's very black and white. Like I think everybody experiences it kind of differently. I think everyone to some degree has like, oh, did I lock the door? Did I lock my car when I left and such like that?
Right.
Yours is funny about the with the restaurant and such like that, because that's something that would like bother me a little bit. Are you
as the person with someone else who's taking their time?
Yeah, or just like, hey, they're coming here. Are you one of those people? I know this is super weird, but my girlfriend and I always kind of go butt heads on this about merging like early or late to get like off on an exit or something.
That's actually funny you say that. Me and Steve so technically the correct way to do it is at the end. I'm like a middle to early. But it's called the zipper effect.
You looked this up?
No, I saw it like on a TikTok, but then they proved it. So the way you're supposed to go all the way to the front, and it's supposed to like zipper. So, but most people think you're just an asshole going to the front.
For going to the front.
Right, and I feel that way too.
I hate the people who go to the front.
Like, you dick.
Well, and the anxiety part is like my girlfriend will be driving, and like our exit's next, and she's like 3 lanes over, and I'm like, why did we need to be like this?
I think that's a normal couple thing, though. In my opinion,
we're very different on the driving side of things. But that's the only thing. To answer your question, no, I don't feel like I deal with like a lot of anxiety.
That must be so nice to never be anxious. That must be so nice.
I mean, I've had it, but I don't like. It doesn't like cripple me, and it's not like a part of my life. To the point where I'm like,
it can be crippling
this is
for people.
really affecting me.
Yeah, Steve says it can be crippling. And
yeah.
So let me ask you this: do you ever do like meditation, anything like that?
No, I should though, because I'm.
It might help.
Angry, I could get angry.
I'm not gonna lie to you. So I've been like kind of dabbling in meditations in the last 2 years. No, more than that, because I've done different types of meditation. But we've talked about this on the pod a few times. What it does to me, and it takes a little work, because it's hard to just sit there and just be in your brain.
Right.
It's really hard,
right.
At least at first. But let me ask you this: what do you think meditation is?
Probably my personal, like, I would say what you see in the movies, right? They're like sitting there, eyes closed, trying, I guess, I don't know what you would be focusing on.
Right. See, most people don't. What would you say? Unless we already talked about this.
I don't know if we've talked about it, but yeah, I mean, I think that the whole thing is that you don't think about anything, right? But it's hard to like not think about anything.
So that's actually wrong.
Oh, okay.
No, I know. It's not about not thinking about anything. This is what I thought, because I thought the same thing. Like, man, just sit there and not think about
How are you
something.
not supposed to think of, yeah.
So the idea of meditation is to realize you can't not think about something. I heard a quote once that said, you meditate because you can't meditate. So the whole idea is to notice that you have no control over your thoughts, so then you're not attached to them because they're not your thoughts. You did not control them. We talked about this, I think, on the podcast with Dietary. So, yeah. I can control your thoughts. Like, don't think about a blue elephant.
Right,
you think about a blue elephant.
Yeah.
Right. And so even when you meditate, so now when you're doing this thing and you're doing all this, and then you're like, I just want to think about breathing. So they say focus on one thing. Because it's really hard to not think about something. It's like impossible, I think.
Yeah.
So you think about like me personally, I think about my chest going in and out. But inevitably, I'll think about a bill that I got, or some girl I'm talking to, or damn, that blowjob was dope. I'm saying this kind of shit happens. It kind of happens. And then the idea is to notice that, like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be thinking about breathing, and then go back, and then do it again. So
that's a good way to like learn control over your thoughts a little bit, because I just posted a Facebook status today, and it actually, I don't know if somebody reported it or Facebook just doesn't like me, but it got taken down mid-conversation about internal monologues and how some people don't have them. And I'm like,
I
how
saw
the
that.
fuck do you not? Yeah, it got taken down because one of my friends commented on it and I was really intrigued about what he was going to say because we always have good conversations. And I went to look and it was gone. And then when I went back, it sent me a thing that my post was removed for misinformation. And I'm like, it's not
ridiculous.
misinformation. I literally said, my life has forever been changed since I found out some people don't have internal monologues. And that's the weirdest thing.
Wait, so
for me,
is that misinformation though?
no, if you look it up, it's like
Tom, could you do us a favor? Would you be able to check? Is that accurate?
an inner monologue.
What specifically am I?
Like, what's the question? Yeah, what's the question?
I don't know. Are there people out there lucky enough to not fucking have internal monologues? Because
verbatim.
listen, I'll be in bed. This is part of the conversation. How nice would it be to lay down at the end of the day and you're not thinking about a conversation you had in the morning? Like, I'm going to go home after this and I'm going to lay in bed and I'm going to be like, man, we could have talked about this. I should have said this. But sometimes it's not as simple as that either. You know what I mean? Like, it could be, oh, I should have said this in that argument. Oh, I really could have. And there's people out there who don't have that. I'll ask my son, what are you thinking about when he's like zoning off? And he'll say nothing. Like, what the fuck do you mean nothing? Like, how is there nothing
The
going
thing is,
on
do you
in there?
believe that he's thinking about nothing? Or you just
I know.
I do think that there are people. Yeah. Did you look it up?
So yeah, it says some random professor. There's
Fuck that guy.
30 to 50% of people have an inner monologue. He estimates.
But
I mean, that's
there
Which
are
proves your point.
there are people though who will say, who was I talking to? And I was explaining like, man, I hate when I go home at the end of the day. It's probably somebody at the bar. Man, I have to go home at the end of the day and I'm not going to be able to fall asleep right away because my thoughts. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm explaining it. And he goes, so you have conversations with yourself in your head? And I'm like, doesn't everybody?
Yeah, like
And-
that.
no, that seems
and-
like something everybody. I hear you.
You know what I mean? And
Or
he was like, and I was like, can you sit and think about nothing? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like,
No.
how?
I mean, I don't
think
feel like
he's-
I
I
like
don't know.
narrate my
Google
life.
said it's true.
but-
So
Well, no,
Google
no.
says,
Some
Google
professor.
said some. Google said
Wait,
some.
Google or some professor?
Oh, well,
a professor on Google.
gave me the thing.
The
but yes,
professor.
Google did not quite put their stamp.
And that
of
was the
approval
first
on that
link?
quote. That's just the thing that popped up. I wish I
see.
could show you. But I mean, I'm sure. I think that there's some degree of to like where it starts to affect you, right? Like I think that everyone
yeah.
like has some thought going on when you're like staring off into the abyss. Like you're probably thinking
There's
about
something.
But I think that people that have a more active monologue probably are like
Right.
people that are. All right, now you're walking up into this building and like open the door, get the door here,
Right.
and then be careful, hit the elevator button down here. Like some
Okay,
people, I
no,
think there's
yeah,
like
that's-
autopilot
that's
where it's
vicious.
like you can crank through a lot, but
Yeah.
then there are probably some people that are like very, and I think it might be somewhat linked to anxious people where you're just like constantly playing through the scenario.
ADHD. I was diagnosed but not diagnosed recently with ADHD. Like we were getting into the diagnosis. And then I put it on the back burner because of the tumor and the baby and everything else that happened last year. So I met up with this, talked to this therapist. It was during COVID, so we didn't like actually meet up. But I'm talking to this therapist. She asked me a series of questions. It was like the first step. And I guess ADHD in women is severely and underdiagnosed compared to men because it doesn't show up in women until later in life, after puberty or after a delivery. And I don't know if that has to do with like the hormones in your brain that changes after those things happen. And it also shows up differently in women than it does in men. It's not always like the hyperactive part. So like socially disturbing, right? With men, it's like you're off the walls, you talk a lot. With women, it seems to be more, I can't think of the word. That's actually part of ADHD. I have trouble word finding. I have
Word finding?
serious issue with word finding to a point where I'll ask my kids, I'll be like, oh, go get something from the bathroom. And
Something
I
basic,
can't
too.
think of the word bathroom. I'm not fucking kidding you. And it gets to a point where I get so frustrated sometimes that I just don't even finish my sentence. I get really upset. And that was another thing about being part of this podcast, because I think that you and I can have really good conversation. But I'm like, I'm going to sit there and try to think of a word and I'm going to look like a fucking idiot. But my mind...
No, you're good. You're so far so good.
My mind does not, I just can't. And it takes me a second. Sometimes I'll have to close my eyes and give myself a minute and then I'll be, but bathroom, kitchen, my kid's name, like it's really bad. It's really bad.
That's interesting that you would have that, like, I look like a fucking idiot, is because I swear to God, it feels like you don't give a fuck what anyone says, ever. So it's like,
Well, yeah, I
even if I
usually
look
don't.
like a fucking idiot, okay, fine.
I know.
And again, the reason I started CaresNone was mainly because, or the reason I started saying the word was because of it, because I knew I wouldn't say it. I don't want to look stupid, but you know what? Fuck it, I'm saying it anyway.
Well, right.
It was my way to get some balls,
Right.
like so to speak, you know? And so that's super interesting because I would have thought you, like literally, you're
Well,
like
but that's
perfect.
what I'm saying. This was part of when I still had the anxiety. You know what I'm saying? That was a big thing. I'm like, I'm going to go on there. He's going to ask me a question. Basketball, love basketball, NBA. If you ask me a question and it's an easy one and I should know the answer and I just can't come up with it in the moment, I was going to go home, lay in bed and think about it for an
I
hour.
got what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So
We could get into basketball.
I know we could.
We could get into
There's
basketball.
a lot of things we could get into. What did I post about and you were like, this would be a good conversation for the podcast? I don't even remember.
Was it that? What you talked about just a minute ago?
ADHD? I don't think so.
No. About the dialogue.
No. That post got taken down within 30 minutes. I'm not kidding you.
Really?
That was today.
Well, let's see.
But
I
it
kind of
was
like
yesterday.
this train, though. I like this train, Chris. Now, I guess I want to hear your thoughts on that. Do
On what?
you have a dialogue? What activity level
We don't want to know
yours?
his dialogue.
Like,
No,
how vocal is it?
Man, that's a good question. I guess I never contemplated it, but I would say this. I definitely have a lot of inner dialogue. And I think a lot of times it's me, it's like a demon and angel. And you know what's funny? The demon's the one that's nice to you. The demon speaks sweet to you. The angel's the one call you a fucking idiot and get your ass up out the bed and go do something, which is the way I get my life down is that's the love, the tough love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, let's say I'm running, so to speak. The dialogue is vicious. It is vicious during the runs. Cause I'm like, just stop, bro. Just stop right now. This shit sucks. Stop right now. And then the other part of me inside's like, nah, you can't stop now. Are you kidding me? You ain't never stopped
Right.
the one time. You gonna make this the one time you stop? And then it'll go back and forth. So I would say I definitely have a lot of those in certain situations, but I also work really hard. I meditate quite often to try to not have those moments as much. It's to be kind of cool, but I don't think you can get away from it. I just think the idea is to not hop on. So when you have these thoughts that you can't control, my way to get over it is to notice that you're having them, but then hop off when you notice it. That's where the meditation against. So the idea is you notice you can't think, you can't stop your talk. You can't really control them. You know, you can maybe like manipulate them for a few seconds, but then inevitably you're going to think about something that, anything. I can go like this, you're not thinking about that. So the whole idea is to notice that and then they say, wait, I don't have to think about that. I don't have to be attached to it. They call it a train of thought. What happens is, in my opinion, here's why people fuck up. So, and this takes work. You get these trains of thought, right? They call it a train because it's connected. So another thought, another thought, another thought. And some people who have, like, you can go down a pretty shitty path. Like, oh, my boyfriend's cheating on me. You know what? Oh, fuck. And then you just have these shitty thoughts, and then you can't really control it at the time. But you can hop off of that train of thought. Like, you don't have to be attached to that because you can't even control them half the time. So why be attached to these things that don't benefit the way I want to live my life? You know, thinking that your guy is cheating on you or your boss is doing this, you know that that's probably not conducive of you being happy. And there's probably no real proof of it either, but you feel these thoughts. So it's like, let me hop off that thought for a second. On the flip side, if they're good thoughts, you can hop on the train and just float. You could just take all, so that's kind of what I've been working on.
Mm-hmm.
Again, big ass head. But what I've been working on is when I do have good thoughts, just keep them going. And I'm kind of the whole power of your words, affirmations. I believe in that shit.
Yeah.
Vicious. So I'll even fake the shit. Like even I don't care if people are you're fake. I'll just be happy. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Because first of all, what are you gonna do if I'm not happy? What are you gonna do if I am happy? You're gonna beat my ass because I'm happy? No. So I'm just gonna choose to be happy. No, I'm saying
You a happy
that's actually an
motherfucker.
interesting point. So Dietary does nude modeling, right?
Himself?
Yes.
He nude
Yeah,
models.
He does it.
You can find it on the internet,
yeah.
I'm sure.
Fire, like, and I don't mean fire like I'm watching this news like that, but fire is
Sorry,
the
Chris.
confidence it takes to do that, especially
Yeah.
from a guy. A lot of women have done it, obviously, but you don't see a ton of dudes. But to me, that's one of the most confident things you can do because you're literally comfortable in your own skin, literally.
Was this information that he shared with you and didn't want you to say, or has
No,
he been
no,
open
he
about
talks
it?
about it.
Because
No,
I've listened to, it's on my Spotify. I've
you
listened
turn
to you
up?
guys. I don't know if I've ever heard him talk about that.
We've mentioned it a
say-
few times,
okay.
but it's
He
all
talks
over
that he
his
models,
social.
but I think that like that seems to be like his forte, right? Like
Hey, good for him.
He's a vicious model in general. He just likes art, so
Yeah.
So what I think, I would love for him to tell it when he gets back, but I think, so he was doing all the artwork and then realized that other people could do the art and it could still be him creating the art technically, because he's the artist. I mean, he's the model. So he's still being the artist without doing the physical work. And that's his whole thing, is the who, not how, right? That's what I'm on too. So his whole concept of life, and it's so interesting, is to do nothing. But it's like low level where he wants to do all the mind work.
Okay.
So I just think that's super interesting. So to go back to your point, I think that's what he does as far as the new modeling. But to go back to my point, I've been working on that because
Nude modeling?
no, not necessarily, but just being comfortable nude.
Okay.
Right, mind you. So I'm going over years of being 400 pounds and just having
you look great. By the way.
Huge body image issues. Thank you. Huge body image issues, and like there was a lot of times where I wouldn't take off my shirt, right? And we'd be in Vegas. You know, I go to Vegas every year for years, and everyone go to the pool. I'm like, I'm good. I'm gonna play poker. So for years, I was not the guy who went to the pool, which is crazy because Vegas, like half of it's pool. Right. Right. Some of the coolest shit is at the pool. Yeah. Right. So for years I just avoided it, and then like even with women, if I was sleeping, I was just so uncomfortable with my body, right? But then seeing Dietary like confidently himself, and then my buddy Tavares, who's you've seen him, Tavares, he's a physical specimen, so he's obviously comfortable being completely naked. I'm like, wait a minute, they're just human beings like I am at the end of the day. Yeah. Right. So normally in my opinion, when you're what is this person going to say? A lot of times that's like what you think about yourself. Hey. My bad for interrupting the podcast, but I gotta throw a little bit of love to CaresNone.com. You can go in there and get links to the social medias. You got your Instagrams, you got your TikToks, you got your YouTubes, you got all kind of stuff on there. You got links to the wing review. You got links to the audio and video version of the podcast. All kind of stuff on there, and most importantly to me, which is very important to me, is you get your merchandise on there. You can get you a B-Dope shirt just like this. Join the movement. There's a lot of people joining this movement right now. You should be a part of it, and I would really appreciate if you'd be a part of it. This serves as a daily reminder to be the best version of yourself and not give a damn about what these other people think about what it is you want to do to be the best version of yourself. And for the people watching this right now, use promo code PODCAST, and you'll get 20% off your order right now. Right now. For all the people who are watching the podcast, you get 20% off right now. Promo code PODCAST. Thank you. See you next time. Now back to the podcast. Like, oh, that person's probably think I'm gonna be a fucking idiot because you might think you're a fucking idiot when you say it. So I'm like, I'm just gonna, you know what? Fuck it. Because I would lie to myself and be like, man, what are girls gonna say? And I've had plenty of girls that saw me and knew, like, I'm not kidding anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not hiding shit that is, and I feel like now that I've taken that on more, they actually respect me more because they know, like, oh yeah, that, you know what I'm saying? It's confidence. Yeah. So just being around, that's why your environment, again, we talk about this every week because it's so motherfucking important, is the people that we are around. That's game changer. Because look literally what's happening to my life. Yeah. Or you eliminate some of the bullshit, and then, like, you know, I had some situation in my life recently that wasn't necessarily great as far as energies. It is now no longer great, or I'm no longer part of that, and my energy is great.
The company you keep is really important. That's something we're trying to preach to the older one right now anyway, because he's in middle school. But the company
Does he understand it?
As much as a 12-year-old could, I think. Yeah, as much as he can.
That would have been hard for me to understand that because I'm like, I have friends, you know? These are my friends.
Right, that's what it was. And when he was younger, 5, 6, and he would play outside, and some of the kids were, you know, didn't want him to be in the group, or they were older kids, so they don't want to play with a 6-year-old or whatever, and he'd come back in the house like, nobody wants to play with me. And there were times at the beginning I would try to, like, you know, don't worry about it, maybe they will later, or I would say, oh, you and me will play, let's us do something. And then it got to a point where I literally would look at him and be like, who cares? Like, who cares? Like, why do you care? Like, we can do stuff. Play with your brother, play with your sister, play with the other neighbor, play with this. Well, I don't want to do that. Well, then I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you want me to tell you? Why do you want to play with this one specific person who wants nothing to do with you, you know?
But isn't that we were just kind of talking about off the camera? Like, there is something interesting about when somebody doesn't want to, like, mess with you, or it's like you still want that more. Like, what is that? Like, the reason why we all kind of, and this is a little different, but we all want a Lamborghini because we all can't get a Lamborghini. But I guess that's a little different because what you're talking about. This person don't want to have nothing to do with you, but yet you still want to do with that
Well, that's
person.
got to be something to do with just nature in general, because it's like again, with my kids, my daughter won't even be fucking playing with her toy. And as soon as one of her brothers is playing with her toy, now she wants her toy. It's like, you weren't even fucking thinking about that toy. You know what I mean? And it's married men,
That's
same thing. Married men are so much more attractive to certain women because,
Like a lot.
Yeah.
and I don't know, but I don't know if that has to do with commitment too. It could be some women just want that because it's like, oh, I never have to do I never have to actually be committed to him because he's got a whole wife at home, you know? Could be that too.
Well, I'll tell you this.
I think it's the latter thing that she said.
What? So what would that be?
Well, you guys
Temptation
know-
or curiosity or?
No, it's the forbidden fruit to some degree, right?
Well, I have a different theory on that, and that's actually one of my favorite topics to talk about.
Infidelity.
Is the infidelity. Is the dynamics between men and women. I love that. That's one of my favorite topics. But what I would say is, in my opinion, the reason why men are more attractive when they have a wife or a girl is because at a deep core, women like men that are liked by other women. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
so I think, and that's just the ultimate, like, oh, I know for a fact, that this person is liked by another.
So because he was able to get somebody to marry him,
it's like,
a woman is
that
like, okay,
something about
she
this
married
one.
you for some reason, so there must be something there. Oh, okay.
And I would say probably at a subconscious level, because listen, at the end of the day, a woman's, this is my opinion from my studies and my experiences, a woman wants a guy that can provide the things that she deems worthy of providing, right? So that could be either resources, it could be less anxiety, it could be attractiveness, it could be whatever. And I would say that if other women choose him, that means that it's likely that he has traits that are
Something.
attractive.
Okay. Yeah.
To some degree. That's why any celebrity of all time can have multiple women. You know what I'm saying? And all those women are 100% understanding of that because their desire, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, and high value men, whatever that means to whoever, there's just not a lot of those. But unfortunately, or fortunately, how you look at it, there's way more beautiful women than there are high value men. Like, there's beautiful women everywhere. There's not men taking care of their shit everywhere. That's very far and few between.
Yeah.
You know? So that's why I think women more often than not, not everybody, are more willing. That's why a lot of women don't leave their guy when they cheat all the time, especially not at first, is because subconsciously it proves that, oh, so he does have options. You know, and a lot of times, tell me if I'm wrong, have you ever stayed with a guy after you cheated?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you? What was the mindset?
What you just said about him being wanted by somebody else. But I think that's more like you said, subconsciously. In that moment, my thought wasn't like the forefront wasn't, oh, well, this woman wants him, so now I want to keep him.
You're probably pissed off.
But yeah, but later on in life, you think back and you're like, well, yeah, he was wanted, like somebody else wanted. But also if you have an insecure woman, and at one point I was, like when I was younger and dating and whatever, was a big thing is like, you don't want me, why don't you want me? Let me fix me. Like I don't know. I don't know how to, you get what I'm saying? It's like,
because that works for guys too.
yeah, you don't want me, so I want you more because what am I doing wrong? What is it that I don't, you know what I mean?
Which is kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I know, like, so let me ask you this. When that happened, well, you didn't leave him. Okay, so I have been left before.
Okay.
And ironically, I thought that like I was missing her. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna miss her. Like, damn, we had this thing. But then hindsight 2020, I was able to think about it and calm down. I was like, was it the fact that it was her, or was it the fact that my ego was bruised? I wasn't good enough. I feel like that's what really, because if I'm being honest, I tried to break up with her a couple times before that happened. Okay. She cried, and I was like, okay, I'm serious. This is what happened. And
was crying.
She cried, and she got my ass, right? And I'm just like, and I don't want to see nobody hurt, right?
Right.
So she cried, and then finally, but when she was done with my ass, it was ball game. And there was my crying didn't work. It actually made it worse. It was a repellent. So, no, I'm serious. What I know,
I tried the old reverse Uno card, and it didn't work.
Didn't work.
Fellas,
don't cry when you get dumped.
Don't cry.
What do you mean don't cry?
You can cry if it's serious shit, somebody sick, hurt, family,
Do you think that is also considered a form? This was funny because I don't remember where I saw it, probably scrolling through Facebook, who knows. But do you think that that's considered like Oh, it was the Kanye thing. A lot of stuff gets brought up about manipulation. And men's argument with the Kanye thing is he's fighting for his family, and women, mostly women who have been in like stalker, serious like mental health situations with men are like, how do you not see that this isn't fighting for your family? This is manipulation. Do you think if you cheat and you sit in a woman's face and you cry, that that's considered a form of manipulating her? Or is that you being genuine with your feelings?
I mean, it probably could,
Or can
in my
that cross
opinion, I think it
paths?
probably cross paths. I bet you it's a little bit
Yeah.
of both with them two. And we've talked about Kanye before. I love some Kanye. And
Yeah.
I know he has some antics, and probably sometimes I think some of them are on purpose because he don't give a fuck. He just wants. I think he's like the epitome of CaresNone personally. But I think that like there might be some strings being pulled. Like, do you think all this shit's authentic?
You're saying
On that grand stage, any of those antics? I think a lot of it could be like not.
you're
necessarily-
saying it's just him like what?
like he's more willing to do shit because he knows. I bet you whenever there's some shit happening, an album's coming out.
So you think it has to do
Real
with
talk.
Well, like people were saying about the Will Smith and Chris Rock thing was
Chris
because
Rock
Chris is on tour or whatever he's doing.
And the
his-
numbers bumped up vicious. They're making a lot of money. I'm just saying, I question everything personally.
Yeah.
Are we going to go off that? Because I'd love to talk about. You think that was staged?
I
think
say
Will was in
I
on
don't
it?
put it past a bunch of actors in Hollywood.
If that was
Will, it was
acting-
like devastating. It's going to be devastating to Will's career.
Is it though?
I think so.
I think if he plays it correctly, it could be perfect. And here's the reason why: because he is this guru supposedly lately of like this self-development guy, right? And he totally lost. So he could actually play that if he plays it correctly. I think he can play into that. And like, man, I had a bad moment too. Da 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 da. If this is true, if it's all was accurate.
You think that Chris, I like Chris Rock, is that good of like an actor? Because that was emotionally for me watching his reaction afterwards, after he got slapped. I was like, I'm very sad for you. Like I was.
Yeah. No,
You think that was acting?
No.
Oh.
I agree with you. I think that was 100. Or I think we're on the same page. I think that was real. I think that
Yeah.
there's no shot that Will would do that for Chris. Like if they were like somewhat equals, but like Will Smith and Chris Rock is Chris Rock.
Good point.
And like I don't see Will's angle or like where he's being compensated for this. Like,
where it would benefit
Chris
Will.
came out looking
Wait,
like
wait,
a
wait,
hero.
wait, hold
He
on.
held his
They
cool.
put all their shit online. They don't give a fuck.
do
Will
you mean?
Smith puts his whole life out there. It's kind of like how I do.
I think Jada puts.
But
their
like,
whole
what
life there.
would have been the compensation, right? Like, okay, so Chris's tour sales go up, and first of all, he actually didn't even talk about it at his concert. So I feel like everyone's already been bamboozled on that front. Like, what's the compensation for Will? Like that this was some stage thing. He looks like a fucking idiot up there.
Yeah, he did like that.
And like, I think he probably thought that the crowd and audience was gonna side with him and just be like, oh, he stood up for his wife, blah blah blah. And it's like, no, you looked like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think there's.
So
a
let's just
shot
assume that it
it's
was real.
I think it's real.
How do you feel about Will Smith now?
So we might disagree here because I'm very big on like protecting what's yours, defending what, very, very big on that. So when I first saw it, my thought wasn't, did I think he should have went on, like go up on stage and smack, like assault the guy? Fuck no. But I can see after everything that's happened in the media with Jada, with August, and I'm seeing people post Facebook statuses like, well, you didn't smack August. Well, you didn't smack August. Well, you didn't smack August. And it's like, but I've been at a point where I have dealt with so many people saying the same thing or so much ridicule or so much where I just lost it on the wrong fucking person, you know? And I think that if that is genuine, like what we saw, like that was a real thing, that those were his emotions in that moment, and he took the opportunity, like, I'm gonna do this in front of everybody because I'm fucking over it. Like, I'm just tired of being disrespected in the spotlight, whatever. But again, I don't think it was okay, but
So do you like Will Smith still?
yeah, I mean, I'll still watch his movies. I don't know.
Okay, so
I Am
you're still a
Legend is
fan.
great. Yeah, yeah.
Wait,
I
you
don't
might
know.
not-
I don't know, but here's
don't
why
know.
though.
Like, what?
Because with my heart, I feel bad for Chris Rock. Back in 2020, he did an interview and came forward and said he has something called NLVD, I think is what it is, and it's not autistic, but he was like bullied growing up, and he has a thing where he can't read social cues. So you smacked somebody who like has issues, and I feel bad about that.
That's a little fucked up.
I feel
I haven't heard any of that.
Now, I watched the interview because I was like, this doesn't seem true. And if you Google, like, I think if you type in Chris Rock N, it'll probably pop up Chris Rock NLVD. So again,
Really?
anybody listening or watching, I got it from Google. So, but
Fact check her ass.
yeah, please please fact check me.
There's an article that says Chris Rock has revealed he has a learning disorder, NVLD.
Okay, so to NVLD, sorry.
Yeah.
So like, but if he has trouble reading social cues, I mean, Will walked up there and Chris leaned into him.
That's what made me
Like,
think it was kind of staged.
But
Slap shit out of me.
and then his reaction afterwards. Did you see all of the videos of his reaction afterwards? And he just couldn't.
Oh, he was shocked. Well, no, I don't blame him, dude. I mean, he got smacked on TV, and like,
And
I don't think
nobody
reading social
defended
cues,
him, though?
anyone would have reacted the same. I feel like everyone
Right.
was defending Chris.
No, I
No,
think
in the moment, nobody defended him. Everybody talked to Will at like when it was still.
because he was off the rails. He was like a ticking time bomb.
Wait, did you see?
I didn't see.
Did you see? I just saw the clip today of Will Smith talking to Chris Rock after.
No, I didn't see that.
Did you see that? I just saw that. Why did I
I'm
just
glad
see that
he
today?
apologized pretty much right away.
The
then,
media,
right?
nobody showed you that. So I know it was after the fact because Will Smith had the Oscar in his hands and he's like dapping it up with Chris Rock.
Are you positive it was Chris he was talking to?
100%.
Let me see. But
Fact check his ass.
No, that's what he got. Fact check my
I'm not gonna
ass.
spend the entire episode on this. But like again, I think Chris Rock came out looking like a hero. I don't think his learning disorder prohibited him
No,
from being able to
and I
defend
agree.
himself.
So
or
Chris
whatever,
Rock
but-
is
I'm just-
autistic.
No, I don't think it's considered.
Yeah.
That's, autistic is like an umbrella
It's
term
spectrum,
too, though,
right.
because there's so many things that a doctor's going to be like, that's this autism, and that's this autism, and this is autism, and this is autism. Well,
Damn.
I'm gonna
yeah.
have to get you to send me this clip. I'm not gonna dig for it. Here,
Oh yeah,
but-
no. It was on
But my
I saw it on
point with that
TikTok.
was, yeah. Well, fuck.
but I saw
Yeah,
it.
I've also seen a lot of doctored up video renditions on this
Oh,
moment.
this is Chris
Oh,
Rock.
yeah.
And the dude was like, the media ain't showing you this. I'm like, I see. And it was definitely
Dude,
Will
I mean,
Smith.
what? So like, oh, he apologized. Like it's all cool. Like he bitch slapped Chris Rock on TV. Made him kind
National
of look
te-
like
like,
a clown.
the
Although
whole
I think
world-
it shifted. I think Will went up there thinking that like everyone's gonna be like, oh damn, you can't mess with Will. He's a changed man. Like you can't go after his family and stuff. But like, I don't think he predicted how
The backlash.
how shifted the internet and the
Yeah.
world was gonna be. Like, good job, Chris. Will, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's how I
you
felt.
had some people are fucking with Will Smith on it though. I've seen a lot of opinions where people say that they ride with Will Smith.
Dude, and then the joke side of thing, it wasn't even that like
Yeah,
that
that
bad
joke
of
was,
a
like,
joke.
corny.
And then the whole like he laughed before, and then I think he looked over at Jada and she was.
So that's the
on
better
some shit.
story. Is this motherfucker pussy whipped?
Yeah, well that, and then there's also like a clip that surfaced immediately that she's like, I don't care what people say about my hair or bald head now, and it's like, really?
Right. Did she
So
did she or did she not make a statement recently, like in the last couple days, saying that Will was wrong for what he did? Was
Yeah.
that fake? Or was that true?
Well, nowadays, how do you know, right?
Well,
Everything's
yeah,
goddamn
because
fake
if
or real.
that's the case, then it's like, bitch, this man smacked somebody on TV for you, and you're like, he should have never done that. Like, fuck you. Like, fuck you.
If that's true,
Fuck you.
She's just, what do you call that puppet thing?
A puppeteer. Puppeteer, right?
That's what it feels like.
I think that they both just miscalculated. You can see it on Will's face as he like walks back from the smack. He's got like a movie grin almost like,
He went
yeah,
like-
I'm
didn't
the
he go
man.
like
I like
this
just did
and,
it.
like,
Yeah.
smirk? He,
And he's
like,
got a
fixed
smirk.
his-
Like, you little
Good for
fuck.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no shot, dude. Jada, I'm sure was like baffled, and I'm sure it like maybe rekindled some of their marriage, at least for that night.
You think he got his dick sucked?
I think that it maybe earned him some points. But like in the hindsight, she's gonna be like, but it shot your career and like made both of us look awful. And like I will never outlive G.I. Jane now because that'll be the joke.
Well, yeah,
everybody has.
forever.
What man? I remember. So I saw it, the clip, like right after. It was like Sunday night.
Yeah, because nobody was actually watching the
Hell
fucking
no.
awards show.
Nobody watches that trash. Nobody watches that trash. Anyway, so I'm watching it and I saw a clip. I'm like, this is a big deal. Did you think it was
Yeah.
a big deal the first second you saw it? When did you see it?
Yes, I saw it right after. My friend posted a status like, Will just smacked the fuck out of Chris. And I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? I went to Google, typed it in, and it was like, you know how it shows the articles and it says 2 minutes ago. Like somebody
Oh, it was
like
hella new.
that
Dude,
quick.
it was
Yeah.
the most news possible. I was like absolutely baffled.
Yeah.
It's an intense moment, but I was just like a little shocked at like how many articles or like I for
Really?
whatever reason,
I
I go to
knew right
Yahoo.
away.
Well, dude, but I just think it's kind of funny though. It's classic like America where it's like, Ukraine bomb, millions
that's
of
a good
people
point.
displaced, and then like all of the articles on the lower part of Yahoo are just like Will Smith, Chris Rock's, rebuttal, all this sort of stuff, and it's just like, damn,
That
it really
is a good
was
point.
such a story.
We're very spoiled.
But we needed it at the time. I think everyone was getting a little not sick of Ukraine, but there was not enough. There wasn't enough. Like,
you gotta get us
big
canceled.
News. There was
Yikes.
not like enough big news, and I think that naturally people just like went on it. I mean, I don't think it should have been probably as big of a story as it ended up being. But
Here's what I don't get, and it goes back to the same point we were talking about: is how it's like Will Smith, bro. You're Will Smith, right? Just
You're
go
Will Smith.
Just go outside and just be yourself. You don't even gotta do nothing.
Yeah.
Just go outside and just walk, and you just choose whoever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just funny because we were just talking about that. What is it about this one? I guess maybe because they're married. I guess. Who the fuck does that kind of shit? I ain't gonna lie, man. Marriage sounds brutal.
Oh, that's
to
your
me.
wife? Yeah.
I could see the argument for your wife. Okay. No, but I don't understand how he just leave, bro. She's disrespected you on so many times.
Seems to be
Just
that way.
leave
Yeah.
her, bro. I know, like that table. You could see it in his eyes and shit. I clowned him a little bit. I love Will Smith, but I clowned him.
everybody clowned him. I think that this whole thing was basically him just finally being like you said, like, I'm done with the internet, man.
I think he
ain't no
lost
bitch.
it. Yeah, I
But
think
I think he legitimately just lost it.
it backfired
this man
again.
for however long has been in the spotlight his whole majority of his life at this point, right? And you're always under criticism, ridicule. When that one serving video went viral, remember? I had
That motherfucker's at like 10, 11 million right now.
I had to turn the comments off because I'm like, I can't keep arguing with people I don't know because
Oh,
I
you
will
can't do
link
it.
and I will fucking
Yeah,
drag
you can't do that.
I can't, so I'm not built for like.
Hey, she ain't lying. She'll grab you and fight you and punch you. How many men have you punched?
I don't want to say.
Over, under 6.
Over. But I have brothers. Does that count? So like,
No.
No,
I'm
I
not
wanna
proud
know
of
about
it.
Full grown men that you punched.
I'm not proud of it.
That's fine. I don't.
A few.
I'll be
Whatever.
honest. Who's got more confidence than white women?
That's a
But
good,
that's all. I don't want
You
to talk.
motherfuckers don't give a fuck.
especially when it comes to
Karens-
physical combat, I suppose.
Karen, like, yeah, they
awful.
don't give a fuck. I still say this, and I'll take this to the grave. The reason, big reason why the George Floyd thing was as big as it was
Yeah.
is because white women were finally fucking pissed off. Because if you were a mom, that pissed you off.
Yeah, but that's why everybody just needs to come together. We could use our privilege to help. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, white people? What the fuck, white people?
But I don't even mean like necessarily for the privilege part. I mean just y'all
No,
just
but-
punching bouncers and shit. Like,
Yeah.
there's a couple of communities. I
Why
forgot his name.
bouncers? Why did you say-
No, because I know a couple girls who like punching bouncers. And
I'm sure that's part of the job. I think like bouncers getting like slapped once a night is probably like normal.
Yeah.
Bro,
absolutely.
can I tell you
Or
a
just,
quick
"Ah,
story?
fuck you,"
Let
Yeah.
me tell you a story about a bouncer and white privilege.
Oh God.
No, this is really fucked up and funny. So I'm at the bar, and it's, you know how it's crowded, like super crowded, Naperville. And this girl was hella drunk, right? Now, mind you, I'm super considerate in life in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm and I'm a big dude too, so I'm just super like, my bad, I feel like I'm like twinkle toesing through the club, right? Super, super nice. This drunk girl, don't give a fuck, just come in, that bitch, just elbows, right?
Yeah.
And all I did, I swear to God, I was like, that's all I did. I looked at her like, wow. I didn't even say nothing. I just looked at her. This dude's like, don't look at her. I swear to God. And I'm like, and I'm fucked up too. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
He goes, get out. I'm like, what? I swear to God. And I'm like, are you kidding? I didn't even do
Like,
nothing.
what
And
happened?
this was the bouncer. I thought this was like her boyfriend.
No,
This
it's
was
the bouncer. He was like, yo, she's a girl. She could do whatever the fuck she wants. I'm like, okay. And then I said, so she could just knock me over? All right, get out. That's what it was when I like questioned,
Yeah.
you know. Anyway, so that was wrong, but then here's where I wilded out. Hey. My bad for interrupting the podcast, but I gotta throw a little bit of love to CaresNone.com. You can go in there and get links to the social medias. You got your Instagrams, you got your TikToks, you got your YouTubes, you got all kind of stuff on there. You got links to the wing review. You got links to the audio and video version of the podcast. all kind of stuff on there. And most importantly to me, which is very important to me, is you get your merchandise on there. You can get you a Be Dope shirt just like this. Join the movement. There's a lot of people joining this movement right now. You should be a part of it. And I would really appreciate if you'd be a part of it. This serves as a daily reminder to be the best version of yourself and not give a damn about what these other people think about what it is you want to do to be the best version of yourself. And for the people watching this right now, use promo code PODCAST and you'll get 20% off your order right now. Right now. For all the people who watching the podcast, you get 20% off right now. Promo code PODCAST. Thank you. See you next time. Now back to the podcast. So then, like, I'm like, all right, I'm leaving, bitch. I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. You know, some racist shit, da-da-da-da. That's dumb, da-da-da-da. And then, like, these motherfuckers bum rushed me. But they didn't push me down, but then I fell down on some like dramatic shit, and I'm like, oh! And I'm
Just in case, I gotta.
And not even like I'm gonna sue him, but I was just being, I wasn't even on there. I was just wanted to be extra. I just wanted to make you look real racist. I wanted to make you look worse since you were being a little bit. But I remember thinking that, what the fuck was I thinking?
Fuck those guys, or fuck the bouncers. Or
yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't even punch them off. All I did was look at a girl who was wilding. Yeah. But then I know girls can punch bouncers and they get to stay in the bar a lot of the times.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Why? Ain't that crazy?
I have no idea. It's the same, like we could pay $5 to get in, you got to pay $20. It's the same concept.
A lot of times y'all get it for free.
That too.
I have a brief bouncer story that I'll tell.
Okay.
And this was in some other town, but it was like a shitty kind of, not like a dive bar, but like a old person. It's called Double D's. It's by like Elmhurst.
Wait.
It's called Double D's.
By where?
It's called Double D's Saloon.
I gotta go over there.
Double D's Saloon, I think. It's a pretty big bar. But anyway, I was just drinking with my friends and stuff like that. And there was this like, I don't know, mom age, just like drinking by herself. And we ended up like having a little bit of words and like talking to her just a little bit and stuff. Long story short, this chick like completely comes on to me to the point where she's just like groping me at the bar. Like this isn't even like a
you were being assaulted?
Yeah, you were.
Like my dick was being grabbed, and she's just like, "Let's leave, let's get out of here." And I'm like, "You got kids? Like we've already talked about this, like crazy." And, like it was all fun and games until she started doing that. Which even then I wasn't like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna like you know." But I was with the bouncer. I was literally right there. I'm like, "Bro, like you got to kick her out or something." She's like groping me, and he did nothing. He was like just chuckling. Of course, my friends are hooting and hollering, and it like again, it wasn't to the point where I was like in tears or this is like something that scarred me necessarily, but it has stuck with me in the sense of like if the roles were reversed,
you gotta get the fuck
I
out.
would have been so quick, and I'd never felt so like hopeless. Although I'll say this is probably the only experience I've ever had where I've been like groped, by a random person, but I was like. Shook, where I'm just like, bro, like, look, here's the evidence. She's doing it in front of you.
And you feel helpless.
Yeah,
you're like,
I'm just
what
like, kick
the
her
fuck?
out.
Yeah.
Kick her out.
Wait, so let me get this straight. This woman was groping your penis and you wanted her to leave.
Yeah, age difference and
she's a little older?
She was older and
how old?
She was probably like 40s, 50s, like old to the point where I would have been. And I also had a girlfriend. I had a girlfriend at the time too. Like I'm not interested in her.
Oh,
like it was a fun conversation.
Was your girlfriend at the bar?
No, but still, doesn't matter. Like no. And,
you can tell who's the scumbag at the table.
Well, so that's my bouncer story with them not doing a goddamn thing. So
I have a bouncer story.
Tell the
got a
bouncer
few.
story.
Coach House. So Coach House. Nate and I, when we were first talking and dating or whatever, went up there. I was fucking hammered. And you know the area between the bar and like the second floor? They have like that little second floor area up top.
Yes, over there. Like
that you can like kind of walk up. Yep. But anyway, we were like, it was busy. I don't know. It's probably a Friday night. I love that pizza. When you're drunk, that pizza's great. And anyway, it was like hard to walk through. I was sitting at a table. Nate was facing me and his back was like to the crowd, pretty much like to the dance floor. Yeah. People were trying to walk by. This guy, probably intoxicated from what I remember, was walking by and bumped into Nate on accident. And Nate just turned around, looked at him because he got bumped, and then went and faced me. And
so he went no aggression.
Not at all. But the guy like looked Nate up and down, like looked him up and down, and then goes, "Bitch." I saw his mouth and I lost my shit. Lost my fucking mind. And I was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And it was me.
You need one of those.
It was me
know this.
and Nate's and one of our good friends, Wheezy. And I like lunged at him. His friend is in between now. He's got this short little friend with him, like shorter than me. And he's trying to like step in between us, and Nate and Weezy are behind me like, don't fucking touch her, bro. So it's like this whole, so you know the big, I think he's Samoan, the big Samoan security guard from there.
Yeah,
love him.
huge
His
dude.
hands are bigger than our face. He's the best. He comes and he like has to scoop me up. Motherfucker scoops me up with one arm and like pulls me. This kid is told he has to leave, and he didn't fucking do shit. It was all me. Like I was like, fuck you. I was trying to swing over his friend to hit him. And I was like starting all the shit, screaming, making this big fucking ruckus in this bar like a complete scumbag. And security grabs me, has me sit at the bar, and they're like, just relax, we'll make him leave. And made him leave.
That's also probably
Sit at the bar, just get a couple
Yeah, just
other people
have
to buy
another
you
drink.
drinks.
Now,
and
granted,
stuff.
I know the
you fuck
security,
with
I
the-
know the
yeah.
bartenders.
So they gonna
Rest
have
in
your
peace to
back.
Tommy, the head bartender there.
that's
Rest in
fucked
peace.
up.
But so I don't know if it had to do with that, me being a woman, whatever it was. But I think back to that, and I was like, man, I was not only was I scum. I remember messaging the bartenders the next day, like, my bad, because that's not normally me now. Like, but I was fucking hammered, and don't call my man a bitch. Like that's how I felt in that moment, you know?
And you know for a fact that he said it, or you saw his mouth move.
I saw his mouth
I
move.
feel like that's like a small thing. I imagine the amount of times I've been at a thing where somebody like walked by me or whatever, and I'll just be like, bitch. Like,
Yeah.
just in
Oh,
like
yeah,
a joking
right,
way.
yeah.
And then
That's a
I got to
good
look
point.
out for people like you that just be
No, I
swinging
was
immediately.
like-
I'll just be like, God damn.
No, I mean, I remember seeing, and then he was at the coat, you know, Connie, who sits up front and takes the money, the
Yep.
older woman, love her. She had to get his coat. They have like a coat check behind there, so you don't have to carry your coat around. And I tried to get up from my bar stool and attack him again because he was looking at us.
So you was just wilding.
While he's trying, yeah, just
He was
stupid.
losing your-
And security's
Yeah,
like,
Will Smith over here.
security's like, stay inside, because you know Cook County sits in the parking lot.
Yeah, they be over there.
And they're like, stay inside, wait until he leaves because Cook County's outside. It's like, what? Like, in hindsight, I'm like, why were you worried about me? You should have let me get arrested for acting like a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? But
that place was the spot.
yeah.
This
Coach
place was the
House.
spot in the country during COVID.
Yeah, because it was the only place. Oh, because the city was shut down. That's
Right.
why. And people were driving from the city. So you have suburban kids, city
It
kids,
gets
Rockford
worse than
kids.
that. We were meeting motherfuckers that were from like Seattle. Like we heard this place.
heard
like,
this
what
place.
you heard about Coach
No,
House?
Coach House.
In
Coach
Seattle. Coach House. Bro, it was like
Coach
2
House is a
months
fun
in.
time.
Did they ever close down? I don't think they ever shut down.
This
Yes.
isn't Schaumburg.
No, they didn't.
No, the police were out there. It wasn't like the police were cool. It wasn't like they were doing nothing
I
illegal.
think it's considered,
Unincorporated, maybe?
yeah, maybe like Rolling Meadows, because there used to be in Roselle, and Roselle wanted to change their time, and they were like, we won't have business if we're not open till 4. So I think that's why they moved there. I don't know. It's open till 4 a.m., so all the other bars close at 2. So
We
that's
won't
where
have business if
that's
we're
where all
not
the
last
overflow
motherfucker.
goes is
Yeah.
to Coach House.
There-
Coach House,
that is
Coach
like
House
a-
is always popping too. For years. Even the other one, it was always
The one in Roselle, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But my point is, so everywhere else on the planet is closed, but Coach House was jumping.
Yeah.
It was like the best I've ever seen it.
And it was so much fun.
Was this at 4 a.m. or at 3?
Yeah, it was like
Whatever.
nonstop.
So it's like
From
the
like-
wall,
absolute
from
last.
one-
open.
The
Well,
last
yeah, at
house.
that point it was always busy, but otherwise it's like 1 to 4,
Right, yeah,
It's-
now.
and everybody's already been drinking,
That's
so it's
the
like
evening crew. But
It was the spot
so
during
much
COVID.
fun. So much fun. Big dance floor, 2 bars, the smoking area, the
They got
like
arcade,
yeah,
pool hall.
yeah, it's got pool tables.
Pizza.
And I think they have a ping pong table now, if I'm not mistaken.
I never go on the other
The
side.
best fucking nachos at 3 a.m.
though. Really? I know they
Dude,
got.
the food there is, they have an Italian beef burrito.
That sounds fire.
Fire.
That sounds
Fire.
So good. I've been trying to be good on my calories, man.
So good.
You ever
Worth it.
counted calories?
No.
I guess you never. Have you ever wanted to lose an extended period, a lot of weight?
No.
Have you ever wanted to lose like 10 pounds?
No.
Have you ever had to even think about food?
Most recently, yes. But I
Lucky.
have 4 kids and I'm 30 now, so yeah.
I'm just saying, have you ever had to worry about food? Probably not.
nah.
You've always just said, I'm gonna just eat whatever the fuck
I mean, I think
want.
like I naturally, I'm like, I'll put like, this is better than this. I shouldn't be doing this. Like, I don't.
Just trying to be like a good
awfully-
person.
But I've never like, if I want it, I'm gonna eat it. You know.
Do you eat at Sweet Greens?
No.
Have you ever heard of
I
it?
haven't-
No.
nah, look it up.
It's a really. I told you I've been picking up some DoorDash shifts,
Okay.
and you can. It's called Sweet Greens. And it's like whole food restaurant, right?
Okay.
But you never see that shit in the hood though. You know what you see in the hood? JJ Fish.
Love it.
That's some soul food.
3
Well, this
piece,
is probably
extra
like
mild sauce,
$15.
extra lemon
Fried
pepper.
hard? You
and
do
I
fried
need
hard?
Of course, fried hard.
I
With
never do-
mild sauce and lemon pepper.
Did I just lose my black card? Because I feel like I never would get fried hard. I don't even know why they asked that.
I have no idea.
Chris, you just plugged like a salad bar, basically. So
Yeah, and it looks on some healthy shit. It looks fire, but it's interesting because you never see it in the hood.
Well, and you know, there's a reason why.
It's expensive.
Well, it's expensive, but it like they just know their market. Like
right, yeah, they're gearing. That was my point, and they put it in areas that they can afford that shit because it is more expensive to eat healthier.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It is.
It's disgusting.
And it's but then you have to have discipline, I guess. But it's brutal because you can literally go to McDonald's. Not even you. You know what my shit was when I was 500 pounds? 2 for $5 Whoppers. That was my jam. I would get 4 Whoppers.
I love Whoppers.
I would get 4 of them.
Dude, I just saw some stuff the other day that like Burger King's getting like sued or something because their Whoppers aren't like the advertised size. I don't just because we're talking about it.
Really? Is the thing?
Yeah.
Like wasn't
you
footlong?
could maybe get some compensation if you've bought a bunch of them, and it was
Yeah.
something that like the Whopper was not like as big as.
Well,
it should
didn't
have been.
Subway get sued for not selling actual like 12-inch
they were
sandwiches?
like 11.2.
Exactly.
Relax,
Exactly.
bitch.
Yeah, like-
Relax.
I would love who's the person who went to a lawyer like, dude, we got a case, bro.
Probably an old white woman.
Yes, this is a big
Just
story,
like
guys. I'm
coffee.
telling you.
Didn't McDonald's
For the
get
hot
sued
coffee?
for the hot coffee?
I heard that story.
I'm not kidding you. I still have a scar. This isn't about McDonald's coffee. I went to Taco Bell and got a burrito. Who the fuck knows? And I was pregnant at the time, so I was like shirtless, just eating on my couch, like leaned back, right? And I'm eating my burrito, and I took a bite, and this was fresh from Taco Bell. I didn't reheat this, and a clump of the fucking melted cheese sauce dripped on my boob and burned the skin off my tit. It was so fucking hot. I'm not even kidding you. And I was working at, I'm not kidding you.
And you was at the house? So
At the house. And I was working at Tilted Kilt at the time, and it was so bad that my boss was like, hey man, like we gotta cover up your fucking.
I know that traditionally we want more. But
I'm like, I'm gonna lose shifts here. I need compensation from Taco Bell.
real
I need to
talk.
fucking sue. Yeah, I was 19. What did I know
Did you
about
go into
suing?
it? You didn't
About
look
suing?
into
No,
it?
what the fuck did I know? No, I was like, a hot fucking piece of cheese. I'm not shitting you. The melted cheese garbage. Is that even real
you
cheese?
think she's the only girl that has had hot cheese on her
No,
tits from Taco Bell?
Sure.
Okay.
No, my point is how hot must it have been?
When I picked it up,
Well, you didn't get it straight from the restaurant, so you got it home?
we picked it up, made it to the house, and ate
How
it.
many minutes would you say?
10.
So
Hot
from
as
being
fuck.
made to 10 minutes, a couple minutes get out the car, a couple minutes to get in the car. How
That's
long
crazy.
until you ate it?
15.
So literally 30 minutes
Yes.
ish. It was that hot.
It was
still.
that hot. I still have the scar. I'm not kidding you.
Hey.
Burned the first layer of skin right off my top of my boob. I'm not kidding.
Let me ask you this. What would you do if, let's say you asked for extra pickles on a burger?
Okay.
And it got delivered DoorDash. And somebody put like literally 1,000 pickles.
Thank you. No, that's passive aggressive, right?
That's
That's
it.
like,
Is that ridiculous?
oh, you're so passive aggressive.
That's some shit that happened.
When I was pregnant most recently, one of the 45 times,
She's not lying, you guys.
McDoubles with extra pickle and extra onion. And now I can't even like look at McDonald's because I'm like, ew, gross. But back like a couple months ago, extra pickle, extra onion. I asked for it. I was on my way to a work shift and I stopped to grab one. And I asked for extra onions. And you know those little diced up like fake fucking onions, whatever they are that they put on there?
Yeah.
It was, I have a video of it because I'm like, this motherfucker was
went
mad
ham?
that I asked for extra onion.
So it was a situation.
And probably just, and it was just like falling off the burger when I opened it.
So
It
they were
was-
being ridiculous.
But I was happy. I mean, I wasn't mad about it.
I was happy.
I wasn't mad about it.
Speaking of pickles,
Okay.
no, speaking of pickles, you ever had those? I know you have. I've only seen them in the city. Like the city $1.50 pickle. There's hot.
The spicy pickles in the bag. Yeah.
Love
So
those.
good. Put hot
But how come
Cheetos
you
in
don't-
them.
Oh, see, now that's real hood. I ain't that hood.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I ain't that
Anything with
ghetto.
hot Cheetos becomes ghetto immediately.
Right?
I think it does.
right.
I think it's maybe a little racist, but
was
I think
already-
there's something true with that.
Well, hold on.
If you're not eating
I
them
love
just
hot
straight
Cheetos.
out the bag, if you do anything else with hot Cheetos,
What about, do
are
you
a
put
little
nacho
sketch.
cheese and
Absolutely.
ground beef and all that?
When I was in middle school, the 7-Eleven that I would go to would give me you put the stupid cheese from their nasty nachos at 7-Eleven, and I would open the bag and put the cheese in there. He'd charge me, or he wouldn't charge me.
Of course.
What I started doing it so much, he started charging
He's
for the
like,
cheese.
hey, listen here, motherfucker.
He started charging for the cheese. I'm like, wait a minute. No, I love it. That's the way to do it.
So these pickles, and they're
Jalapenos.
only zero, there's 0 calories.
Okay.
You could just eat 1 trillion pickles.
Are they
Should pickles have calories?
Because it's like isn't a pickle just like a cucumber, right? Am I
Yeah,
wrong
it's just
on
a
that?
cucumber with
With
deliciousness in it.
vinegar.
With vinegar. But okay, so yeah, and I think cucumbers are like
Wait, you
zero
ever made your
and/or,
own
like,
pickles?
negative.
No, my brother's a chef. He makes pickles.
Okay, say it again. I'm sorry.
Jardinere, all that
No,
shit.
you're right. I'm just saying that is true. It seems like something that wouldn't be the case, but
It's
it
a fucking
is,
vegetable
I
with
think.
vinegar. Should it have calories?
I mean,
Google
every
it.
other vegetable
Google
has
it.
calories in it, but for some reason, and some pickles do have calories.
Yeah, but I thought cucumber was literally like watermelon. It was just like water. Isn't it just
But
like
even watermelon has calories. in it.
130? Really?
Yeah.
Chris, you fucking idiot. There are 7 calories. God.
In a pickle?
In a pickle.
So either false
The ba-
advertisement on
And
that
a
real
and you can
talk.
pickle
sue,
is 7
or
calories. You can sue the pickle.
Low-key, the bag says 0 calories. So I'm just tearing them bitches up. Even still,
I
7.
don't know.
they have
I mean,
special
I think-
cucumbers.
I'll tell you what they do have is some sodium. All right.
Well, yeah.
obviously. We
That.
figured
That's
that.
why they're so good.
Okay.
All right, so we got to talk about this.
What?
We got to talk about a little basketball. Because we've been talking about, not you, but the podcast has been very self-development, growth talk. And I love that talk. And we're going to continue that talk. But we got to talk a little basketball for a second.
Okay, what
I
about?
want to say I have like nothing to contribute to this. So
Okay.
you guys don't try to include
even
we
try to
won't.
include you.
This won't
bother
be. This
with
won't be
me.
long. I'm sure.
Because
Are you going to bring
I-
up my
I can-
Trailblazers? 'Cause
No.
I'll lose my
I'm
mind.
actually, how do you feel about the Lakers?
What the fuck's going on? I don't know. To be honest with
Whose
you,
fault is it?
a lot of LeBron's fault.
Oh!
No, a lot of
How much
they
percentage?
are that it's his fault. I
Yeah.
feel like any team he's on, everybody who's not on the team or a part or like in the locker room that actually knows what's going on is always going to blame LeBron, right?
Yeah, I feel like the whole world just blames him just because. But even when he wins, though, there's
I love when people put the videos together of him doing something so fucking like on the court,
like flopping.
or well, besides that, where he'll do, I don't know, just like I can't think of one off the top of my head, but a dumb play where it's like, bro, you could have like passed that or made that, but he just
you're talking
he
about
puts
that.
on a show and just does something ridiculous and goes to hit a 3 from like half court, and it's like, why didn't you just fucking pass the ball?
The argument is he doesn't have the killer instinct like some of the other killers.
What do you mean?
Like Jordan is, I'm going to take the last shot regardless.
Okay,
Get off your phone.
you're saying he doesn't?
You gotta get off your phone.
She's a mother. She's got like a brand
No,
new
you
baby.
good?
I'm a mother.
Is
no.
everything good?
No, yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
Oh, my
okay.
god. Yeah, I was just ignoring you. No, go ahead.
That is fucked up. No, but everyone hates on LeBron. I don't get it.
I like LeBron as a person. I think he's a,
What
just
about the
stuff
fact that
you
he's like
see and he
lead-
has like a school and stuff. What?
What about the fact that he's going to lead the NBA in scoring ever? He's going to lead. He's in top 10.
No,
in
the man's a
assists.
fucking monster. I don't think he gets enough credit. I think people either hate him or love him.
Why did they hate
I
him
think
though?
people
I don't
hate him.
see it.
I think it's the flopping. I think it's the bitching to the refs. I think it's
Everybody
the,
bitches the refs. You know that?
Oh yeah,
that's the
I could
NBA.
never be a ref. But I tell my kids something one time, and if I have to repeat myself, I'm not going to say what I do.
Yeah, you lose your mind a little bit.
But so to be a ref and have to tell these grown men, they're like in your face, like crying, like get the fuck out of here, dude. I said what I said.
But that I feel like that's all of them, especially when you're
Yeah,
a
they do.
star. And especially when last time you gave me the call, now you didn't, and this is what I'm predicating my game off of. You're not
Yeah.
calling the call. I can see, but all of them do that.
Getting frustrated. No, for sure.
Unless you're
I
like
get it.
Kawhi Leonard, but then he's like a mute though. He don't say nothing.
Yeah, what's
He's just like he's just ridiculous.
just chill. What a chill
so
guy.
you think it's LeBron?
No, I think as a whole, I think this whole super team thing that started, who do they have? They have AD, they have Russell, it's just what a fucking joke. But you can't have, you need like one superstar or maybe two and then some decent people around you to, I don't know. I think putting all of them together, all these egos, it seems like they just want to fucking play. Like they just want to like go outside someone's like the park up the street and just like street ball. It doesn't seem like they even give a fuck if they're winning at this point, in my opinion.
Like you talking about the Lakers right now?
Yeah.
It's just not. It's atrocious to watch. It's like they don't give a fuck.
I feel like none of the teams that anybody expected to do well are doing well right now.
Yep, the Nets
And then
too.
the Bulls are like, hey guys, we're here. Like the Bulls.
And people don't really respect them yet. They get
it's
a
gonna take a
little
long
love,
time.
yeah. But here's my point about LeBron though. I feel like he could do if the way he plays his game since day one is I'm going to make the smart basketball play, and sometimes it's giving it to the little white dude who gets paid $34 million a year to hit a three wide open. It's the smart play. Some people think that he should take that shot regardless because he's LeBron James, and that's what...
That wouldn't make any sense to me. Why wouldn't you just do the smart play?
Some people don't agree with that. Now, if there's a play, like I think there was one that happened maybe a couple weeks ago where he clearly... I'm like, okay, that one I can't defend. But 99% of the time, I'm like, dude, it would have been a tougher shot, and maybe he could have made it, but that dude is literally wide open, and that's what he does. That's literally what he gets paid to do. So I don't see how that's a bad play. Some people think that's a bad play.
No, I think anybody who has anything to say about LeBron as like a player, like that he's not a decent player, I won't even talk basketball with, because it's like, what? You don't fucking know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like people who disrespect and say he sucks. Almost,
Yeah.
I don't hear it no more.
Do you know anything about basketball to be able to say he's a shitty player? That makes no sense to me.
I think they're trying to fight
just
me.
Don't like support that at all. Like he's
Right,
he's like so far on the other spectrum that it's like
He's literally in the conversation.
It's not
as one
even
of the greatest.
yeah, that's not even an argument. There's certain players out there where you could be like, oh, I could see how you think he's shitty. He might be inconsistent, whatever. There's other players like that, but LeBron to even like
to say that.
To even
so let me ask you this.
regurgitate that?
Off the topic, but on the same thing. Do you read the comments all the time?
About LeBron,
like
about
just anything? Are you
No.
a comment section reader?
sometimes.
What platform?
Not on ABC News, because it's just full of like racist white people.
To me, the racist white people are on like sports, anything sports. So let's say like, no, I'm serious.
Really?
Watch, check out the next like, you'll see LeBron Sports Center or something, or ESPN. Read the comments, especially during.
I'm sure that is kind of. I was laughing because I could just immediately imagine like, because sports, professional sports, a good chunk of it, I don't know the actual numbers, but African American people and stuff, all the white people. And then when your guy's not performing the way you want or something like that, I can just imagine the.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. Wait. And it's really hard because everyone who knows I'm a huge LeBron guy, and I get tagged all. You probably get tagged. You get it. It's just like, but here's the difference. Here's the difference between me and the Jordan fans. I don't talk shit about Michael Jordan. I just say my guy is dope.
Why should you have to put one person down to lift the other one up?
That's
this
what
is
I'm saying.
It makes no sense.
I just say my guy's the GOAT,
Yeah.
and they get mad. But then and I never go on they post. I never say,
No,
oh, Michael Jordan.
never.
Ever.
Me either. Because but also because I don't want you to do it to me. Like if I have one friend, Jeff, huge fucking Lakers fan, but he will come and be like, oh, you're Trailblazers. And it's like, bro, I don't come to you when your Lakers lose to hurt your fucking feelings, because you're hurting my fucking feelings. You know what I mean? Like,
why do people do that?
I don't know.
So here's my theory is Jordan fan, like LeBron has been the closest, even in their eyes, to the argument, right? And they have, and I think Jordan came right with the internet age, not internet age, but like TV, and it got big in the 90s and shit, and basketball became global, and there's a lot of nostalgia. And he was good as fuck, he was vicious. But there's nostalgia in it, and these old motherfuckers can't let it go. It's the old
but
people
if
can't
that
let
was
it
their
go.
time, yeah, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like music, my kids, the shit they listen to is
like not even-
trash. This is trash. And then I play my music, and they're like, what the fuck is this? And it's, well, they don't say that, but they're like, they don't want to hear what we're listening to. Like, I think it's just, this was like a prime, right? You're like, your teen years and your 20s are like a big
right, and
part
get
of
a lot
your
of
life.
memories and shit. Yeah. So I just think it was made for your ears too. So like, let me ask you this, Tom. When it comes to music, do you get certain nostalgias from different genres or different, different songs?
Yeah, of course.
Do you listen to those songs then and think that they're the better songs than they are made today?
No, I not necessarily. I think that, go back to the previous conversation, that I think that like anyone that is like people that liked Michael Jordan, LeBron is like threatening, or in their eyes threatening his like legacy, and so therefore they're arguing like, yo, fuck that guy, similar to like, my dad that likes all these like old school bands like Cream and shit like that. Like anything new, he'll be like, not a chance. Cream was a better band. I'm like, Dad, like there's just like, in my mind, it's like there's no shot that like Cream is the best band ever. But in his mind, it's like Cream is the best band. Like,
yeah, because
no
that was
shot
like a
anybody else.
prime memory or something from him. Yeah.
You ever heard
so-
of Cream?
Nope.
Okay, sorry. Does he Cream?
Like
Okay.
like Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, I've heard of that Cream.
I wish he liked Wu-Tang Clan, but Eric Clapton was in Cream.
Okay, I know Eric Clapton.
There you go. So,
Yeah, I mean-
but that sort of stuff.
Did you ever listen to Eric Clapton?
Eric Clapton better ring a
No, I know his name, but I don't. I mean, I couldn't name a song.
What kind of music
and
do
that's
you
fine.
listen to?
And that's totally fine.
Well, now that I don't really know any Eric Clapton songs, I can't say everything. But typically, you want to see my like YouTube playlist?
No, just tell me. Okay, give me what's the last 5 songs you listen to?
Okay. Big Dick Energy by Lotto. On my way here. But I really
That's
like.
it. Did you put that on?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
You were like,
She's
were you
honest.
like
Because I was
hyping
on my
yourself
way
up?
here and I
Were you
needed
hyping
big dick
yourself up?
energy. Yeah, I don't fucking know.
That's interesting.
But believe it or not, or you, I don't know. I love country music, like 90s and like early 2000s country music because I was raised
would've
on
lost
it.
money saying
My
it.
favorite genre and time period for music was like Joe, Mario, Lloyd, like late 90s, early 2000s
2000s,
R&B. Like love it because I don't know. It was just
Like
about
Pretty
love,
Ricky?
chasing women. Well, of course. Like chasing women, loving women, like I don't know.
They don't make that kind of shit no more.
They don't. I loved that kind of music. Tank.
There's a golden period, I feel like,
Tyrese.
for like everything with music. Like even if you can like new music, but there's something about like when you first get into music that you're listening to then
For sure.
is like that'll stick with you forever.
For sure.
You know, like
Right. That's
you
a good
remember
point.
because you said you smoke, right? So like you remember when you were a kid or like the first couple of times you were smoking weed and you'd just be like
Out of
you'd
your
be like,
mind.
oh my god.
Yeah, that shit was
And
nuts.
then like you smoke weed now and you're like, I can handle this, I'm an adult and shit. Like I feel like that's kind of like how music
that's a
is.
good
Like
point.
you know, it's still like good. I can still listen to it and stuff like that, but like it'll never quite hit the same that like the punk rock music of like me growing up listening to was like it just hit a different way. So I think that anyone like again, my dad liking Cream, it's just like when you grow up to like that first like love of music, wherever that is usually where like your real interest is gonna lie. I feel like a lot of people end up just listening to that genre and that time period ongoing pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a contrarian, and I think because people are like that, I always like. For instance, I refuse to get an iPhone just because everyone else has got one.
Oh,
Like
dude,
I'm one of those.
do you want to talk about that? Because I feel the same way. I have an Android and I'm about to get an iPhone just because of the peer pressure. Because of the peer pressure, dude.
Dude, they almost got my ass too. They almost got me, and I'm sitting here talking shit. Had they not fucked up, I'd probably have an iPhone right now.
Did you get
Oh,
an
really?
Android or something?
No, so I have the new Pixel phone, Google Pixel,
Yeah.
Android. So it's like the
It's
same
the
shit.
green text for dude. I'm worried about people like treating me differently.
The green
I know
text.
that's fucked
So
up.
if
I know that's
anything,
fucked up.
that's what's fire. The Apple is marketing is so perfect. Like their marketing, and I'm studying marketing now too, right? I'm like, Apple does it perfect. They literally created like a community of motherfuckers who think that
Yes.
they're better than other people.
Yeah, because they have a blue bubble.
That is not a
Or whatever
good
color
thing.
the bubble is.
It's
I'm
like
just saying,
having a
it's good for
juice star
them.
on your
It's
sleeve.
huge
you
for
know?
their
Like,
marketing. That's how powerful their marketing
It's
is.
so fucked up.
That like I saw a meme once that literally said it was actually super funny. The girl was like, hey, my bad for interrupting the podcast, but I gotta throw a little bit of love to CaresNone.com. You can go in there and get links to the social medias. You got your Instagrams, you got your TikToks, you got your YouTubes, you got all kind of stuff on there. You got links to the wing review. You got links to the audio and video version of the podcast. All kind of stuff on there. And most importantly to me, which is very important to me, is you get your merchandise on there. You can get you a B-Dope shirt just like this. Join the movement. There's a lot of people joining this movement right now. You should be a part of it. And I would really appreciate if you'd be a part of it. This serves as a daily reminder to be the best version of yourself and not give a damn about what these other people think about what it is you want to do to be the best version of yourself. And for the people watching this right now, use promo code PODCAST and you'll get 20% off your order right now. Right now. For all the people who are watching the podcast, you get 20% off right now. Promo code PODCAST. Thank you. See you next time. Now back to the podcast. I don't give a fuck if your Android would suck your dick anymore. I don't give a fuck if it gave you gold bars. I'm never going to be caught dead with a fucking Android.
Yeah.
She goes, I don't give a fuck what it does.
Priorities.
And I was like, that's ridiculous. Some people, she was like, so like, that's ridiculous.
Some
I'll
people are
never
so
have an
passionate
Android.
to the point with Apple products. My dad was messaging me some shit because I told him I was like looking at a new computer, and then I don't know why, but he'll just send me like a bunch of shit. And yeah, he's like, gotta get a
Well, you're
Mac.
the tech guy.
I'm like, thank you. I'm like, Dad, I fucking do this. Like, shut your mouth. Like you used to have a PC, but like, yeah, he's like, you need a Mac, only Mac. You want to be professional, you want to be legit, you need a Mac. I'm like, Dad, first of all, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're saying. And like, no, it doesn't need to be like that. But Apple people are like, back to Michael Jordan, LeBron, like people
Yeah.
are die hard and they will,
Yeah.
They're serious.
they would shit, they would starve before they put an
dead
Android to their
serious.
ear or something
Yeah.
like that.
Here was the argument that made me consider, because I was literally like, fuck Apple, right? Here was the argument that got me, because one dude was like, bro, I was just like you. That's what he said. It was my tattoo guy, actually.
Idiot.
He's doing my tattoo. He goes, so what kind of phone is that? And I'm like, it's Pickles. He goes, you got to get an iPhone, especially in business. He said it's really good for business because everyone has one, and it makes it very easy to like share shit.
Right.
And I was like, and it's good for safety, I think. Like you don't get hacked and shit on Apple, supposedly. And it literally is in all the cords at the gas station shit, it's all set up because most people have, but in the world, Android is the big dick.
Okay.
Apple's
but here,
where we live.
welcome to America.
And what do you have?
I have Samsung. No.
So you won't do it either.
No.
Have you ever thought about it?
So when Nate and I first started dating, he was iPhone. And I think this like the sleek feel of it, the way it's set up is nice, but I stick with this because the split screen. You can do a split screen.
Like for your internet?
You know your Bassett certification that you have to get as a bartender? I was able to, I don't know if I should say this. I was able to do my Bassett at the top of my screen and scroll through Facebook at the bottom of my screen because you can't skip through Bassett. So you actually have to like sit and watch it for 3 hours.
That's brilliant.
No, I was able to do, get the fuck out of here, iPhone.
I didn't even think about that.
It says that, because I know that Android's obviously more popular in like the world and stuff like that, but 46% of U.S. North American market is Android and 54% is
But you wouldn't know that it was
Apple.
that close because people with Androids don't fucking brag about it all the time.
here's
here's
Apple
my-
people just want to shut. It is
Suck
peer
my
pressure.
ass.
Peer pressure
Well,
is
and
the
let me
only
tell
thing
you
that's
what it is
convincing
too.
me.
So
the split screen. So something up here while something,
Right. Well,
Love it.
and here's why they talk shit, because they'll look at my phone and be like, oh, you have an Android, your phone's shit, right?
You're poor.
Well, yeah, that's probably the big one.
But I am.
But here's
so it's fine.
here's the big one. Yeah, who's the idiot who spent their whole goddamn life savings on a phone? No, but I did too, because this phone wasn't cheap either. But here's the problem. So you know how all the apps they always start off on Apple. It's always first on. And here's the reason why: because the creators of the apps only have to create it for iOS and for one phone. Whereas the Android, they have to create it for many different Androids.
Gotcha.
So like I have a Google Android, you have a Samsung Android,
Right.
but he might have, or somebody has an Apple phone.
Right.
So that's the reason why I'm like, oh.
Okay.
So
That makes
that's why
sense.
all the apps start off with Apple, because a large percentage, and the programmers can just get it right off
Yeah.
top.
My favorite is when they talk, when iPhone people talk about pictures, how they have the better camera. But if I'm not mistaken, you can Google it. Snapchat, which is like the big part of the argument, has like a contract or something with Apple. And that's why when you look at iPhone Snapchats, they look way clearer and way better. Even though in reality, from my Samsung, my picture looks amazing. But then when I go and post it and you're watching it on my story, to you, it doesn't look good. Or
Really?
if I send a Samsung picture to a friend with an iPhone, it doesn't look like good at all. It's like pixelated. But if you look at it from my phone, it's still a great picture. You know what I'm saying?
There was like a whole, I think two different things there. One, if you send a text from an Android to an iPhone, the quality goes to shit, and vice versa. Like,
Yeah.
For whatever reason. So
Especially
that's why the
video
group
and shit,
chats,
too.
they can't do. But on the topic of cameras and such, I remember not that long ago, I don't know if there was like some lawsuit or some backlash, that like iPhone was like from the factory putting in like a smooth skin filter on all of their cameras. Like something you can even turn
Automatically.
up. Yes, like automatically.
This
just,
is real shit?
Yeah, like just to like,
Motherfuckers.
smooth things out, which it's like now, with Instagram and all the filters, like it's whatever, it's not like a misplay necessarily, but it was one of those things that like
beautification?
yeah, it's just like forcing like a little filter on you immediately, which is like sits with
Without
you
you
weird,
asking. So like at least on my phone, there's the portrait mode, which, right?
Right.
It beautifies you up.
Right.
But you get to select it.
You get to pick it. That makes me sad for children.
Yeah.
Oh, they have to get deep on it. Yeah, real
Well, again,
talk.
that-
No,
Like
it does. That make because these kids are already. Yeah, we don't have to talk about that.
The Apple thing is purely just because like I don't want people thinking I'm like different. Is that I don't have like I don't have.
So you
any
think it's a
issues.
business decision?
For me,
Yeah.
For me, it's a business. It has nothing to do with the features. Like I don't really care. I think phones have been able to do what I want them to do for like years now. Like
Since the chirp phone.
Pretty much. Like I don't.
Just need to make a phone call.
I don't have like any of these problems anymore. It is purely just because like I don't want my shit coming across as like green. And like with my family and friends, I don't give a fuck. But like I talk with clients and stuff, and I know that's like petty, but Apple people are fucking petty.
Right.
Like,
So
the second I'm like texting somebody, he's like, this guy, he's got green text, he's got Android. Like they look down upon me, and I'd like, and I'll be damned if I lose business over it. Like I don't care that much to make the hop, but it's sad that it has purely come down to the green text messages and like the pressure of like when I bust this out. Like I literally had a podcast session the other day where I was handed an iPhone. And for whatever reason, it was in a case. It just like looked weird. And I was like, oh, like what kind of phone is this? So, like an iPhone. He must be a green text person. I was like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
And of course, the whole room started laughing. And
I can't tell you how many times, let's say I was talking to a girl or something like online, and then we interact. I always give my number first. This is how I get down. And then I'll respond and go, oh, you got a green button. like literally. And then I'd be like, oh, imagine judging someone for their phone.
Yeah. So glad this relationship didn't go any further.
That phone, that
I don't want to talk to you
over,
either.
Though.
So
that is over.
It might have been a joke for what it's worth. I don't know if it was like hard body, but still, the fact that they can even joke like that is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we're gonna end this right now.
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I hope it was nothing
Happy to
near
be
as
here.
fucked up as you thought it could have been.
Give us the review. I mean, did you feel
3 out of 10.
Did you 3 out of 10?
Don't listen.
That's okay.
Don't listen to her. She's
That's
lying.
right, dude. As long
No,
as I didn't
was
get
happy to be
smacked
here, and
in
if
the
you would
face.
have me back,
Yeah,
I would love to come back.
And here's the reason
Did you
why.
know me and Dee went to high school? Do you know we went to the same high school? Have we talked about that?
I did not know that.
We know each, like Nate knows, like I don't know if he would know who I am, but I remember, I think he was a year or two older. How old is he?
31 or 2.
So he was grade above, I believe. But he should know Nate. I've seen him in the hallways. Yeah, I know exactly who.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
We did like recently, I think we might have talked about that. Dietary, I'm gonna talk behind his back, is one of the most genuine, most confident, most positive vibe human being I've ever met. And I consider myself one of those, big time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, like, and then now we're personally, our wavelengths are on the same, we're thinking on the same business term, branding and shit. So we're just, it's really like exponentiated. And because we're so both serious about the environment, I'm like, why would I not surround myself with a guy like that?
Yeah.
And I knew he was so I wanted Steve to be on my podcast because he's my best friend and we also have great conversations. But I'm like, De'Aric's got to be up there too because I just knew it'd be such a natural, and I just know his vibe game is strong. And it's GVO ultimately. I've changed my stance a little bit on it because it's hard to necessarily block out fucked up thoughts and shit when you get pissed. Somebody cut you off and shit, like you get pissed off, you know? So it's hard to block that shit out. But you don't have to attach to the thought. So that my good vibe only is like, okay, I'm pissed off, but let me chill out.
You're still in my phone as GVO Chris.
Yeah, that was a big moment for me too.
I don't know what to say.
So GVO Chris, it was a movement I started.
Yep.
Yeah, swear to God, it was like a big thing. It was good vibes only.
Wait, that was like you were the person behind?
No,
Okay,
absolutely not. But I definitely feel like before, because it got real popular. But I don't think I was the one who started it. But I think I was on the beginning ends of seeing how cool that was.
Yeah, because like 6 months to a year into it, I remember being at Walmart, finding like a plastic dollar like beach cup that said "Good Vibes Only" on it. And I bought it for you, but then we never like linked her for me to give it to you or whatever. My daughter ended up like using it when we went to the beach or something. But I remember thinking like, man, the first time I heard this was from Chris. So I like bought you. It was like, I think it's still at the house. Actually.
I don't remember where I heard it, but I definitely saw it or heard it somewhere. And I just thought, hell yeah, good vibes only.
Yeah.
And I just started pushing that shit. And it's good, but I'm advanced with it now because I'll never forget. I went out with my homegirl Amber. And this is right in the heart of you couldn't get me to have one fucked up thought. For like a year, I was like 100% positive. Right? It's crazy.
Good for you.
Or I hit it very well, if I'm being honest. We go out, and I think she had a shitty day. Okay, so she's coming to me to confide in me and talk to me about it. And she's had like a really rough day at work, and I'm just like, no, it's gonna be okay. And she goes, I'm so fucking sick. She was like, it ain't always on fucking peaches and cream.
You can't be this happy all the time. Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. And that pissed her off. Hold on.
I couldn't tell if it was real or it was part of the story.
No, that was definitely fucking nut in my mouth.
Okay. Recover.
Anyways, no, but what I learned from it was just because I might be having my fucking whatever I'm going through doesn't mean that she is. And who the fuck am I to undermine what she's feeling?
To be positive.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she wants to get out. Who the fuck am I to tell her that she has to be any fucking way? Like, she's just a human being walking this earth.
Well, that's like telling a woman to calm down when she's
Which I know
frustrated.
you probably hate that
Please
shit.
don't tell me to calm
I was
down.
about to say,
If I could calm down, I would calm down.
What's
Don't
worse?
Tell me to
Somebody
calm
telling
down.
you to smile? I know
That-
you hate
Bro,
it.
bro.
You should
What the fuck is that? What is that?
And you have such a great smile too.
Thank you. I cannot.
Yeah,
with that.
why do you hate that so much?
Because this is my natural me. Like this, you're telling me not to be my natural self when you're telling me to smile. Just because I'm not smiling doesn't mean I'm not happy. It's the biggest thing at the bar. It's the biggest thing at the bar with old white men. Do you think I'll smile for you? It's fake because as soon as I turn around, I'm not smiling anymore. Give me your money. You're welcome for the good time. Like, fuck, I can't. Don't tell me to smile.
She's made
Don't tell me
plenty
to
of
I think
posts.
that is like a white guy at the bar, like one too many drinks in, just like you'd be pretty if you smiled.
Oh, can I get a smile with that? No,
Yeah,
you can't.
and especially if you're from that line of work too, where you got to deal with people all the time.
Yeah.
Like I can imagine, you've heard that line.
But
enough
I
to
enjoy
drive
being
you
behind the
fucking
bar. It's not
crazy.
like I'm not happy to be here, but it's like this is literally my face. Like I don't know, I don't know what you want me to do.
Right.
And a lot of the time, it's when it's busiest and you're focused all the time.
I get that.
All
too.
the time, you get the people, especially the people who are like regulars and know you. I'll get like I can think of a couple specific ones off the top of my head. They'll come up to the well and they'll be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, yeah, why? Oh, your face. Yeah, I'm focused, bitch. Like, I don't know. What the fuck, man? I hate that. I don't like being told
Now, as a person who's extremely smiley,
you are.
I'm very smiley. I've been told that, quote, my smile is captivating and energizing.
Very nice.
I've been told that.
Did you write that about your own Tinder
No,
profile?
I did not write that. I was literally told that. I don't lie about this shit. But you know where it came from? So like this bubbly, joyous part of me, where it came from, I think, is from being deemed like big, aggressive, and black.
Okay.
Going to
So
predominantly white schools.
you want to be seen like lighter and gentler.
Well,
and-
because the few times I got upset when
Yeah.
I was younger, a motherfucking white woman telling me she was scared. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm pissed off, but not enough to be like that. So then I think just subconsciously, especially in like Naperville or Buffalo, these areas, I felt like in order for me to navigate, I had to just be like bubbly,
Makes you less threatening.
you're just seen
You know,
as
and that's-
aggressive
and that-
immediately, and I think that's
just off top.
yeah.
I think that's everybody, but I would say as an African American person, to extra compensate, that's probably something that was kind of ingrained to you.
That's the same reason why I'm so over the top, probably at the restaurants and in the servers, because I already know the stigma, right?
Yeah.
And as a black person who serves, blacks don't be tipping like that all the time. However, I feel like I'm like trying to make up for it because I already know what it is, and I know some of what you're saying.
You're
is
saying
true.
when you're at a restaurant or when you're serving at the restaurant?
No, when
You're
I'm
saying-
at it, yeah, when I'm getting service. I just feel like I'm super like over the top. I tip way too much, probably, especially for how much money I make. I shouldn't tip like that. But
Been there.
well, it's just as far as financial business decisions.
No, yeah.
But as far as just, I want to do the right thing, and I want to try to change the stigma a little because I already know what the fuck you're thinking.
Yeah, I get. That's how I feel when I go somewhere with Nate and my kids. Is like,
Yeah, so
are
let
we
me- do you
getting
feel like
are
you
we
get
getting
that?
shittier service because you're busy, or is it because of you just assume we're not going to give you the tip that other people might give you? And so I always have that internal thing. It's like, bitch, you sucked. So I do want to. I mean, the minimum I tip is 20%. You could give me fucking
you're in the
awful
industry, yeah, you're still
service,
getting
and I'm
20.
going to be like, you suck. Pay your bills, But like. But I go to like, or do I want to like over tip? So it could be like, fuck you. Like, we will tip you okay. We will take care of you okay. The biggest thing, I tip the best to people who take care of my kids the best. That's
I've
what
heard
it is for
that
me.
that's. I mean, I've heard.
If you like talk to my kids, I know it's really annoying to take a kid's order sometimes, but it's like if you take
And
a
you
second
allow your kids to-
and you're
to say it?
patient, yes.
Right, good.
Not when they're 2 or 3 years
Right,
old
right.
because I know how that feels as somebody who's served. Like, oh my God, are you going to get this fucking
so like
out or not?
when is a good stage to allow them?
Whenever they can verbalize it to you before the server comes. So like, what would you like? You coach them.
Okay.
Mila, what are you going to have? Mac and cheese with what? Fries. Okay. When she gets here, say that. If they start stumbling over their words and I can tell the server's busy, then it's like, she'll do the fries with mac. You know what I'm saying? But because I've been there, so I get it. But like, that is a teachable moment for kids, and kids need to be able to do that for themselves. So
I think you're a phenomenal mom.
thanks.
Because and based on the things that you'll say in like putting game on for how you believe. I'm like, yes, if I had a child, which I don't think that's ever gonna happen. I don't see it for me, at least not now.
Yeah.
I got too much me I'm working on. Like, I feel like I'm too selfish for that right
Well,
now.
you got a lot of time. Hugh Hefner had one at like 70, didn't he? So you have time.
I wouldn't advise that, but Chris, I see it in your eyes, dude. Look how happy you are. I think
Like without a child?
Yeah.
no, with a child.
Oh.
I see fatherly.
I was going to
vibes.
say, don't let kids ruin the twinkle in your eye.
I don't
what I'm
have
saying.
kids. You can take it from her.
Wait, you
No.
think
I
that
think
a
you would
child
make a fantastic
I think
father.
I would,
Are
too.
you
I think
fucking
you would like
kidding
it.
me?
Like,
It's got to
I
be a
think you'd
boy,
have-
though.
Okay.
You
I
don't
ain't
get
trying to raise no girl.
You literally
Okay.
don't get
I
to choose
know,
that.
he's no bitch.
And I heard that depending on the kind of guy you are and how you've lived your life, so I've heard that I'm probably going to have a girl.
All girls. You would have a
17.
plethora. First shot,
superstitious.
you would have 3 girls, triplets.
Oh, what? That sounds awful. Anyways,
horrible.
thank you for joining
Yeah.
the show.
Thanks for having me.
Definitely come back whenever, especially with Dietary. That'd be fucking fire.
Yeah.
Especially since y'all know each other. Tom, thank you as always.
Yeah.
Where can they find you if you want to let them know?
Where can who find me?
Anyone who's watching and listening.
Where are these
Social
Facebook
medias.
threads that we control you on? Get your posts taken down.
You're gonna
and
be a
stuff? Where
star.
can we do
Stephanie
that?
Taylor on Facebook. There's probably millions of white Stephanie Taylors around.
Yeah.
Well, if
You
you
gotta
find
find
her, she's the one.
She does have you being all coy right now, but she has a vicious viral video that went crazy.
Yeah.
It went crazy. It's like 10 million views on it or
Yeah.
something crazy.
Yeah.
That shit just popped up.
And you said, take advantage of that. Get a YouTube, do this. And in my head, I'm like, I can't because I can't handle people. Will Smith. I can't handle people constantly. It's too much pressure for me. I don't want to hear your fucking
You got to be the
judgments.
ambassador of CaresNone. Going
that.
forward. We're going to get you going. Where can they find you?
Chicago Podcast Studio and me personally at Innova Digital Group.
You can find me at caresnone.com.
Yes, that's what's important.
Shout out to everyone who support. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I got some. You know what? I'm going to tell it. Fuck it. I'm starting my own social media platform.
Oh shit!
Are you really?
I'm sorry. I just like at the end of this, he's just gonna like okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go into it with Dietary because it was his
Yeah,
idea. But
that's
yeah,
awesome.
So my own
For
social
next
media
episode,
platform.
baby.
All right,
I
and
love
as
it.
always, CaresNone.
There's none.
Yeah.